Today we will talk about action planning and implementation. Successful change often starts at the top with executives who possess a proactive do-it orientation. Leaders like Lou Gerstner at IBM and Ellen Zane at New England Medical Center exemplify how strong leadership from the top can drive transformation throughout an organization. While top-down change is crucial, support from executives throughout the organization is also essential. Wise change agents understand the importance of securing senior-level support early on and may need to act without formal approval if necessary. The book underscores the significance of actions over plans and the inevitability of mistakes in the change process. It highlights the importance of organizational responses to initiatives and mistakes, as they shape a culture of risk-taking or fear of failure. Effective leaders continuously test organizational assumptions through action and learning cycles. At all levels of an organization, individuals are encouraged to take action within their sphere of influence, leveraging available resources and testing the limits of their empowerment. While challenging the status quo may face resistance, proactive initiatives are generally valued and can positively impact organizational culture. To enhance the likelihood of successful action, the book offers planning and implementing tools to guide change leaders in designing and managing initiatives effectively for increased success rates. Effective change strategies require a comprehensive understanding of the organization and its objectives. Different approaches are suited to varying situations. The thinking-first approach is ideal for well-structured environments where data is reliable and processes are clear, such as when implementing programs like Six Sigma. In contrast, the seeing-first strategy works best in situations that require creative solutions, cross-boundary communication, and collaboration, as seen in new product development. The doing-first approach is more appropriate for ambiguous or novel situations, focusing on immediate action and learning through experimentation, such as testing new customer service methods. As the complexity of the situation increases, the strategy shifts accordingly. In less ambiguous scenarios, thinking first can provide structure and clarity. When uncertainty rises, seeing first becomes the preferred method, involving experimentation and prototyping to test ideas and gain commitment. In more complex environments, doing first is adopted to explore new paths and learn from action, allowing flexibility to adapt the approach as new insights emerge. There are three main types of change strategies. Programmatic change, which is focused on well-defined, incremental changes. Discontinuous change, which involves large, top-down transformations in response to significant shifts in the environment, and emergent change, which grows from employee-driven, incremental initiatives. Each strategy has its risks, such as rigidity in programmatic change or confusion in emergent change, but all require careful management to succeed. Finally, change can be approached either unilaterally, top-down, or participatively, bottom-up. Unilateral methods are effective for structural changes, while participative approaches work better for cultural or behavioral shifts. However, unilateral changes can lead to resistance or missed opportunities for input if not managed carefully. Ultimately, successful change requires initiating action, taking informed risks, and adapting based on feedback while choosing the right strategy and managing its associated risks. Beer, Eisenstadt, and Spector offer a prescriptive list of steps to guide effective change. which includes mobilizing commitment through joint diagnosis of problems, developing a shared vision for competitiveness, fostering consensus and competence, spreading revitalization throughout departments, institutionalizing change through formal policies, and monitoring and adjusting strategies as needed. These steps provide a structured approach to planning change and can be valuable in many situations. However, assuming a one-size-fits-all approach to change can be risky. The listed steps rely on the assumption of a cooperative orientation, where shared goals exist and change can evolve organically rather than being imposed from the top. In some cases, change agents may face situations where cooperation is lacking or top-down directives are necessary, requiring a different approach. Ultimately, action plans must be adaptable. In complex and ambiguous situations, change plans and tactics should evolve as circumstances unfold. While careful planning is essential, it should be viewed as a means to an end. Change leaders must remain flexible, willing to adjust their strategies based on new information, and consider alternative paths forward to enhance their capacity to adapt. Change planning is often most effective when it involves active engagement and information sharing, though there are situations, such as during mergers, where secrecy is necessary to avoid competitive risks. In general, involving others in the planning process enhances the quality of the strategy. Barbara Waugh's experience at Hewlett-Packard illustrates the importance of presenting data in an engaging way, leveraging networks, and securing resources for initiatives. Her approach highlights the value of listening, questioning, and grassroots collaboration in driving change. The choice between top-down, unilateral, and bottom-up, participative, change methods influences planning strategies. While unilateral methods can be effective, change tends to succeed more when people understand the rationale, goals, and consequences and feel their involvement is valued. Change initiatives often fail when technical design issues are not aligned with acceptance and implementation efforts. Regardless of the method, a careful review of the action plan is crucial. Change agents should ensure the plan is logically consistent, consider alternative strategies for potential risks, and assess resources, time, and competencies accurately. A checklist of questions can help test the plan's viability and promote more thoughtful, coherent planning. This section discusses several action planning tools that change agents can use to manage change effectively. Selecting the right tool involves both art and science, as it requires careful analysis of data and a thoughtful approach, as demonstrated by Barbara Waugh at HP. To-do lists. The simplest planning tool. To-do lists outline the sequence of steps needed to achieve goals. They are effective for straightforward tasks, but may become insufficient for more complex planning, requiring more structured tools. Responsibility charting. This tool helps define who is responsible for each task, when it should be done, and how it will be achieved. It ensures accountability and helps track progress, making it useful for more sophisticated action planning. Contingency planning. This involves planning for unforeseen events. Two common tools for contingency planning are decision tree analysis. This tool helps identify major choices and their possible consequences, allowing change agents to consider various alternatives and their likelihood. It helps in assessing the risks and benefits of different actions. Scenario planning. In scenario planning, Change leaders develop different possible future scenarios and assess their implications. This helps prepare for various outcomes by asking what would need to happen to bring a scenario to life and how to respond. It encourages a forward-thinking mindset and often involves external input to challenge assumptions and stimulate new ideas. Unlike forecasting, which makes future predictions based on current trends, scenario planning works backward from a future vision to develop pathways for achieving it. This method has been widely used by companies like Royal Dutch Shell to link future uncertainties to present-day decision-making. Surveys and survey feedback. Surveys are useful for capturing attitudes, opinions, and experiences at a specific time and tracking them over time. They can offer anonymity, encouraging more honest feedback. Surveys help assess internal and external stakeholders' views on various aspects of the organization, such as customer satisfaction or employee readiness for change. However, surveys require careful design and analysis to be effective. Survey feedback, an action research method, shares survey results with participants to facilitate discussions and insights, helping to raise awareness, build understanding, and foster commitment to change. Project planning and critical path methods. These methods help plan and manage large projects by identifying tasks, timelines, and resources. Critical path methods allow planners to schedule tasks and identify bottlenecks or areas requiring additional resources. It recognizes that some tasks can be done simultaneously, thus reducing overall project time. While this approach requires careful management to avoid confusion, it can improve efficiency, especially in complex projects like new product development. Tools to assess forces and stakeholders. Force field analysis helps identify forces for and against change, while stakeholder analysis examines relationships between key players and the change process. Commitment analysis charts and AIDA, awareness, interest, desire, action charts are additional tools used to assess and influence stakeholder engagement and commitment. These tools help guide change agents in managing the dynamics of stakeholder involvement and support. Managers can utilize commitment charts to assess stakeholder engagement, categorizing stakeholders based on their level of support for a change project. By understanding stakeholders' commitment levels, change leaders can tailor tactics to shift these patterns. The AIDA, awareness, interest, desire, action, model outlines a continuum for engaging stakeholders, requiring different strategies at each stage. Leverage analysis helps identify high-impact actions with minimal effort, crucial for moving individuals along the adoption continuum. Leveraging influences and understanding tipping points, where critical support leads to accelerated change, are key concepts. Utilizing tools like Pareto diagrams, cause-effect diagrams, and control charts from operations management can aid in managing change initiatives effectively. The evolving landscape of change tools necessitates strategic selection based on the nature of the challenge and available resources. Planning involves translating the change vision into actionable steps, setting targets, considering contingencies, and increasing the likelihood of success. The process of working through a change plan involves focusing, developing support and delivery capacity, testing ideas, seeing opportunities, adapting to environmental changes, and taking calculated risks ethically. Maintaining ethical conduct is crucial to preserve credibility and trust. Learning from failures is essential for growth, as those unaccustomed to failure struggle to cope with it. A key aspect of successful change management is the ability to learn, adapt, and adjust strategies as needed. In implementing change, building stakeholder and decision-maker confidence in the initiative's feasibility is vital. Effective communication is essential to combat misinformation and rumors within organizations, align employees towards a common goal, and sustain enthusiasm and commitment. Communication plans should address the need for change, impact on individuals, structural changes, and progress updates throughout the change process. Different phases of communication require tailored messages and methods to effectively convey information and engage stakeholders. Utilizing various communication channels, including face-to-face interactions, online platforms, and social media, can enhance transparency, reduce uncertainty, and increase employee involvement and commitment. Celebrating successes and milestones, as well as maintaining open two-way communication, are key components of a successful change communication strategy. Line managers and opinion leaders play crucial roles in disseminating information and engaging employees throughout the change process. Klein outlines 6 principles for an effective communication strategy during change initiatives. Message and media redundancy. Multiple messages through various media enhance retention, as people need repeated exposure to fully understand and believe a message. Face-to-face communication. This method is the most effective, allowing for two-way dialogue and reducing miscommunication despite higher costs. Line authority. Employees look to their managers for guidance. Messages from top leaders carry significant weight. Immediate supervisors. Trust between employees and their supervisors is crucial, as employees expect to hear key messages from them. Utilizing opinion leaders. These individuals can effectively sway employee opinions and foster acceptance of change. Relevance to employees. Communication should relate general information to employees' personal experiences for better retention. Effective communication fosters trust and enthusiasm for change, but leaders often neglect this aspect due to competing priorities, leading to implementation challenges. In terms of influencing strategies, change leaders should consider how to engage stakeholders effectively. 7 strategies include education and communication. Clearly articulate the rationale behind changes to foster understanding, participation and involvement. Engaging employees in the process can generate support and new ideas. Facilitation and support. Offering guidance helps alleviate fears associated with change. Negotiation and agreement. Explicitly negotiating with affected parties can clarify benefits and secure buy-in. Manipulation and co-optation. Engaging opponents covertly may change their stance, but risks trust erosion. Explicit and implicit coercion. This strategy enforces compliance, but can lead to negative feelings about the change. Systemic adjustments. Changing formal structures can reduce resistance, but must be handled carefully to avoid backlash. Change leaders can adopt push tactics, like rational persuasion, or pull tactics, like inspirational appeals, to influence acceptance. Research indicates that pull strategies tend to be more effective. Overall, effective change management requires a mix of clear communication, strategic influence, and engagement to navigate resistance and foster support. In managing ongoing operations alongside major changes, organizations often run multiple change projects simultaneously. Morris and Rabin propose the role of a transition manager who oversees resources, structures, and plans to facilitate change effectively. This manager is linked to senior executives and ensures that both change projects and daily operations are successful. Transition management involves addressing structural, system, and emotional issues while maintaining operational effectiveness during major changes. Beckard and Harris emphasize setting midpoint goals and milestones to motivate organization members during change initiatives. Communication is crucial to reduce anxiety among employees facing new roles or responsibilities. Transition managers establish systems to provide timely answers to questions and ensure a smooth transition process. After the change implementation, it is important to celebrate accomplishments and conduct an after-action review to learn from the experience. This review involves assessing intended versus actual results, understanding reasons for outcomes, and identifying areas for improvement in future change initiatives. Documenting this knowledge is vital for enhancing future performance and leaving a valuable legacy for those involved in the change process.
Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe to channel.